God bless you. Welcome to Midday Motivation, the 7-minute plunge. Listen, we are so excited about being back with you and to share with you some things that will motivate you during the midday. Listen, I don't want to hold you much longer because there's some things that I just want to share with you to motivate you, to get you out of the place that you're presently in and to move beyond where God has designed for you to be. Today, it's important that you and I would plunge in. Someone once said, everything you want is on the other side of fear. I'll say that again. Everything you want is on the other side of fear. For the past few months, I have observed, I've counseled, I've even heard people who are afraid to plunge into their dreams, afraid to plunge into their expectations, their hopes, their desires, even as well as their wishes. Many are experiencing what I've called the fly in the ointment. The fly in the ointment for many is not their flaws, but it is their fears. Listen, I don't know who this is for. To try or to endeavor to do something means that you got to learn to take the pain. You got to learn how to hustle to get the riches. And yet to experience freedom without travail is the fright for many that who are afraid to take flight. Today, I want to encourage you. I want to motivate you during this moment because I believe it's imperative that you and I will begin to plunge in. You ought to put that on your timeline. It's time to plunge in. Fear, concerns, suspicion, and uneasiness have caused many to be afraid to plunge, to jump, to launch, to take a leap of faith. Today, I want to motivate you. I want to encourage you to get up from the place where you presently are and to arise because it's time to soar. It's important that many are operating in their business, or rather are not operating in their businesses, not operating in their ministry, not operating in their careers, not operating in their giftedness. It is time, listen, to get away from Netflix. It is time to get away from Lifetime. It is time to put Hulu on pause because I believe there's something that's about to awaken you to the next dimension of your life. Listen, fear anchors what is supposed to be released. Fear anchors what is supposed to be released. This is your time to release. This is the time to release the book, to release the business, to release the giftings and the creativeness that's constantly wrapped up inside of you. I believe that this is the time to move away from where you presently are and to arise into the next place. There's several things that I want to share with you during this midday session that will motivate you. Number one, you and I must learn if we're going to plunge in, we're going to take flight. We cannot stay in the place that we're in. Number one, you and I must learn to turn our fears into power. Turn your fears into power. You said, how am I supposed to turn my fears into power? Number one, you cannot earn wings if you never venture out. I'll say that again. You cannot earn wings if you're failing and afraid to launch out or to venture out. Chickens remain close to the ground because they are horrible flyers. Chickens remain close to the ground because they are horrible flyers. Their wings are too small for flying, and their flight muscles, listen, are too large and heavy, making it back-breaking and difficult to fly. However, an eagle imprints from their parents. They learn the process of gaining their senses, what is known as species identification. Eaglets, watch this, imprints to their parent and will identify with their parents for life, demonstrating essential life skills that are imparting as a sense of their identity when they are young. There's some things that the eaglets are learning while they're young to develop them for a lifetime of skills, for survival skills. The question that I have for you right through here, if we're going to be motivated, if we're going to be in a place, positioned to come out of where we are, the question that I have for you right through here is this: Who's imparting and imprinting in your life to turn your fears into power and not phobia? Too many of us are operating in phobias. We don't like small places. We don't like being around dogs. We don't like things that keeps us in a fear. Listen, it's important that you and I, if we're going to take our wings and we're going to learn how to earn our wings, we've got to venture out. It's important today that you learn from who is imparting unto you. Round the wrong people. Chickens always hang around people who are grounded. You have to become associated and attached to those who will help you fly. Number two, if you and I are going to take flight and plunge in, the second thing we must learn is to turn our fright into flight. Turn our fright into flight. How do I do that? Number one, you will not soar if you never leave the floor. I'll say that again. You will not soar if you never leave the floor. Your best is an effort suitable for those who dare to go all out. If you're afraid to go all out, you'll stay all in. Watch this. Even if you fall flat to the ground and flat to your face, you understand that if I go all out, at least I try. I've got about 40 seconds through here. It's important. Your turning of your flight must move you away from fright. The fledging of the young bird is necessary to bring up the young bird until it has the ability to fly on its own. Parent eagles, watch this, cater to the eaglets to develop unusual survival skills by dropping the food further away from them to provoke them to move out of the nest by strengthening their wings. I got to close right through here. The food is movable feast needed for the reach. But the wings are the feathers, the device needed for flight. Many of us need the food so that we can reach, but we fail to realize that we have wings that will help us to take flight. The flapping of the wings prepares the eaglet's wings to turn their flight into fight. To produce endurance, to produce character, to produce hope amidst of the struggle. Today, I got to close here. It's important that you and I now would learn how to plunge in. There's more in front of us than that which is behind us. I want to encourage you. It's time to turn your fears into flight. It's time to move into a place where you go all out. There's too much inside of you that is lying dormant. It's now time to plunge. I want to encourage you today. Get up from where you are. Begin to take the plunge. If you never try, you'll never know what you're able to do. Today, I thank you for joining us for Midday Motivation, your 7-minute plunge. Be blessed. This is our prayer.